The shocking truth about China's 2022 infrastructure construction versus the USA. American engineers are astonished by China's infrastructure, but why is this the case? In today's video, we will be discussing USA versus China infrastructure and how China construction shocks American engineers. Engineers from the United States are in awe of China's construction. Why is that so? Who do you believe to be the true superpower? You might get the solution here, as we are in a neutral position to learn about both countries' infrastructure now. Here are some examples of China's infrastructure: tall skyscrapers and cutting-edge transit systems. Even in remote places, there are bridges spanning mountains and seas, high-rise structures, and concrete roads, which is how China currently is. China has developed enormous structures at an astounding rate since 1980 in just 30 years. And the country is also rapidly modernizing its urban transportation, energy, communications, engineering, airports, hospitals, shopping centers, and military affairs. No other nation in the world can develop as quickly as China. China currently possesses the largest motorway system, the largest railway system, and the greatest highway network in the world. It is not a stretch to suggest that China is home to 8 of the world's 10 tallest bridges. They construct bridges across rivers and mountains. China takes decades to create them, even amid the dangerous cliffs and valleys, as long as it serves the people. Because the ideology of the Chinese government is to serve the citizens of the entire nation. Only when individuals are content with their lives can a nation progress. No other country in the world can develop as fast as China can develop. Even China's most staunch critics are in awe of its ability to construct infrastructure such as railways, bridges, and other architectural marvels made possible by a command-style government structure. President Biden is the most recent U.S. official to point to China's achievements in order to persuade Congress to approve funding for a comprehensive infrastructure program. He says more than $2 trillion to fix bridges and mass transit, modernize airports, and redevelop neighborhoods, extend broadband internet coverage, and replace lead piping in the cost to outcompete China. Donald Trump also entered the presidency highlighting China and pledging to rebuild America. They have bridges that are so incredible. China currently possesses the largest motorway system, the largest railway system, and the greatest highway network in the world. China not only has the largest high-speed rail network in the world, but also the largest number of bridges. In just a decade, its railway mileage has expanded by 1.1 million kilometers, equivalent to 27 circuits around the Earth's equator. No nation in the world can compare to China. Those who have been to China would know that China's infrastructure cannot be finished for 3 days and 3 nights. It would be incorrect to assume that the Chinese still consume bananas and that they are still a very backward society. After another, they have produced world record projects that have astounded American engineers and several Western nations. One of the largest infrastructure initiatives ever created is China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, often known as the New Silk Road. The huge array of investment and development programs introduced in 2013 by President Xi Jinping were initially planned to build physical infrastructure that would connect East Asia and Europe. In the decade afterwards, the effort has spread to Africa, Oceania, and Latin America, greatly increasing China's economic and political power. Furthermore, peace and progress are values that China holds dear. They're kind-hearted people. They are assisting the rest of the world in building their own nations while they create their own, in addition to their own. China has helped more than 100 nations throughout the world, including Egypt, Nigeria, Poland, Pakistan, Italy, Switzerland, Malaysia, and many others, to build their roads, trains, power plants, ports, and other infrastructure. Everything from a port in Pakistan to roads in Ethiopia and a transmission line in Brazil has been built with Chinese funding. Chinese construction corporations regularly bid for government projects or directly contact local officials with projects with the guarantee that they can quickly secure financing packages from Chinese banks and insurers. Several Chinese initiatives meet genuine development needs, particularly in nations that have difficulty obtaining other sources of funding for the building of essential infrastructure. Power China constructed South America's largest solar project, the Cauchari Solar Park, in the impoverished northern province of Jujuy, Argentina. At more than 13,000 feet above sea level, it is able to power around 160,000 households, according to Argentina's authorities. One of the world's longest transmission lines was erected in Brazil by China's state grid. connecting the northeastern Belamonte Dam to southern towns 1,550 miles away. As the main tower of Egypt's new capital, a desert undertaking, and the port of Colombo, Sri Lanka, where China has assisted them in finishing. We are confident that China will continue to shine in the globe and add to the stability and prosperity of the planet. In this section, we'll examine American streets. The war in Afghanistan cost the United States of America $2.5 trillion, and these are its poorest regions. Wouldn't it be preferable if the money were invested in American infrastructure? But that is the current status of the country, with its excessive social unrest, racial inequality, and unequal political parties. Guns are openly carried on the street, girls are afraid to walk out alone at night, and the society here is violent and decadent. The internal infrastructure of other nations is on the point of collapse when the United States pursues its aspirations there. A dividend nation unable to come to consensus. A nation that sparked conflicts around the world has lost influence and authority. In recent years, every president who has served in the U.S. has talked about strengthening the country's infrastructure. But the United States has so far remained unchanged or gotten worse. Due to a lack of oversight and inspection, the Minneapolis City Highway I-35W bridge abruptly collapsed in the river on August 1, 2007. The $20 trillion U.S. economy relies on a massive network of infrastructure from roads and bridges to transportation infrastructure and ports to electrical grids and internet service. Nevertheless, because the systems in place were constructed many years ago, delays and increasing maintenance expenses, according to experts, are slowing down economic performance. Additionally, civil engineers express safety concerns, warning people that outdated drinking water and wastewater systems endanger public health and that many bridges have structural flaws. American citizens are lagging behind other industrialized nations in infrastructure spending, while their international counterparts enjoy more effective and dependable services. America's debt load is growing right now. It is astonishing to think that we are in debt for $30 trillion. If the debt is higher, the American people will be under more pressure to pay it off when it comes due. When will American infrastructure start to improve? China has made significant investments in its infrastructure because it recognizes the link between strong infrastructure and economic growth. The vast, mostly outdated, and poorly maintained American infrastructure cost a lot of money to maintain, rebuild, or replace. However, they do not. And in a very sad state, they will spend trillions of dollars on weapons, ammunition, and conflict. China every day is busy with new infrastructure and renovation, as long as it is good for the people. Nowadays, China's rural building is more urban than China's rural, as evidenced by the specific garbage recycling facilities in the villages of Cross Falls. Currently, China is a highly safe country with very law-abiding citizens and police. People can eat dinner on the streets in China at night, which is not possible in the United States, making it the safest country we have ever visited. That's all. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon to get more videos.